Ladies and gentlemen, here we are at the GP of Miami. Yeah, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, at the Grand Prix of Miami with Road to Glory Racing League on F122. We're going to do a short qualifying with 29 laps in the race. So hopefully it will be a good race with 17 people in it. This is my home track, so hopefully it will be a good show. I don't have like any cool like F1 graphics, so it's gonna be just raw footage, nothing else. Hopefully they can get started soon. I'm not really sure how much people they should have, but they are waiting on somebody. So let's go over a fan favorite here. So personally, my favorite to win this race is none other than Liebert. Liebert is pretty fast and a really hard to keep pace with. And my other fan favorite, or the fan favorite, or really me, will be Chuckle. Chuckle is pretty good. Along with Chuck Brothers right here. As we got, I think this is a new driver in Monday League. I think it's Josh McGill. Pretty sure, I might be wrong. Never seen. Let me just turn on this music. We now have 18 people. This might be the last person, and we can get started. Well, let's see, ready? They are readying up, so I think they are going green. And yes, they are going green. They are ready to go into qualifying. Let's hope it's going to be an eventful one. Maybe we'll be able to see some rain come to this qualifying. Maybe in the race as well. Let's see, as we're now going into short qualifying at Miami Grand Prix in the USA. A new circuit onto the calendar, and seems like drivers are still getting used to the game as well as this new track. It's pretty tricky, I say, a bit, especially going to that really tight chicane up the hill, and there's a little curve you have to go over and not get yourself turned around, and just overall some curvy bumps, and if you were not careful, you could spin off them. And we have a long straightaway for maybe some dive bumps, I hope to see. And yeah, here we are into qualifying now. 17 or basically 18 minutes into this qualifying station. These drivers will have to set their times. As who will be out first, I wonder. I'm just gonna pull out a big guess right here. It's gonna be the Rat Lord. Yes, the Rat Lord is gonna be out first. If he isn't, then oh well. Oh, I see someone out there. See a person. See two people. Oh, an AlphaTauri. Could that be Chuckle? Could that be Chuckle? Oh, what the heck? VJ Coover is already out of the qualifying. I don't know what happened there. Maybe he just did it in the pits. As our first person out here is going to be Hot Wings and F1. I think. Yeah, it is. Let me just pull out this tapestry real quick. Yeah. Let me just also turn down the audio again. Okay, that's better. Alright, so our first person on the track is going to be Hot Wings. Hot Wings is new to the Road to Glory League. Let's see if he can put up a good time to get him and maybe in the top 10 or top 5 or even maybe pole. if he can. Coming through the last corner to start his lap, as well as AlphaTauri of who's? Oh, Josh McGill. Josh McGill is the second one. And a Ferrari, I'm assuming it's Mariah. Oh. Let's go on board with Hot Wings. He is going through the first sector. Seemingly no mistakes as I was off. There has a caution in sector 3, but I think there's people slowing down or letting people by, maybe. And it seems like Hot Wings having a pretty good lap. Coming through the tight chicane, seemingly a good exit, no mistakes. Coming down this long straightaway. Seems like he has no ERS, I just realized. I don't know how he already out of ERS. Maybe he forgot to change it coming out of his outlap. But here he comes out of the final corner. It's going to be a 131.4. Can AlphaTauri get a better one? He does, a 128.2. So Hot Wings, maybe a little bit of a mistake with his ERS coming on his outlap, and he forgot to turn it off. As Liebert gets a 127.4. Pretty stonking lap, I think. And here comes David with a 132.6, a little bit off the pace of Hot Wings, who had his ERS off. And, oh, we got the Alpine of Bugatti, Sylvan. He gets a 129.5, gets third place. And I think that's it. No, there you have Looney Man and Aki going on 4th and 5th. Looney Man 5th, or Looney Man 4th, and let's keep going. Poof now. Prof now in 3rd with Looney Man 6. It keeps going, I can't keep up. Now let's go down the order right now as it stands. Liebert 1st, Josh 2nd, Prof 3rd, He-Man 4th, Bugatti 5th, Looney Man 6th, Matty Jones 7th, Aki 8th, Hot Wings 9th, and David 10th. Not sure who's on their outlap right now. I think Chuck is on his lap right now, actually. Matthew getting a 148. Maybe there's a mistake right there, and Ratman getting a 133.5. But yeah, Chuck seems to be on his lap right now, seeming like a good amount of corners. He gets a purple sector 1. Could be a pole lap right now, provisional pole. No mistakes. Anyone else on their lap? Outlap. Oh, Cameron is on his lap now. But as it stands, Paul Jones is slowing down. Probably invalidated his lap, not letting people by. Chuck now going through the tight chicane. Or he already passed the tight chicane. Now coming out of it. Purple sector 2 now. Purple sector 1 and 2 for Chuck. This could be provisional pole. If he can get these last set of corners right. Good amount of braking through there. Seemingly no loss of speed. Coming through the last set of corners. What will it be? It's going to be 4th. Purple sector 1 and 2. But no purple sector 3. And he gets a 4th place. So as it stands, Liebert is still your provisional pole sitter. And he's the only one for 127. So as Josh is now going on his outlap, seemingly to try and beat Liebert, obviously, and I think yeah, Cameron is on his lap. I think Rat Lord is around in the first corner. Cameron on his lap. He is now coming through to set his first uh, uh, time, and he gets a third. Wow, what a good lap from Cameron. 128.5. And Mariah and Paul Jones are the only ones without a lap put in, but it's seemingly like Mariah is going to put in a lap, warming up his tires, but Paul Jones is still in the pits. So Mariah now going into his lap. As many people are now going on their out lap as it is Liebert, Josh, Bugatti, and Hot Wings. Sorry if I'm scrolling too fast. And Ryan and I going through a set of laps, seemingly no problems in sector 1 and no invalidations. We have a caution in sector 2, which is probably someone letting them by. And he gets a purple sector 1, Mariah does. Seemingly like he has no mistakes right now. He has no time for mistakes, actually. 9 seconds. Or 9 seconds. 9 minutes on the clock. He has no time for mistakes. He wants to get a time in right now. He gets no purple sector 2, but a purple sector 1. So this could be another situation with Chuck where he got a purple sector 1 and 2, but no purple sector 3. As Mariah is now going through the last set of corners. And it's going to be a 128.5 right near Cameron. So as it stands, Lieber still in first, Josh still in second, Cameron in third, Mariah in fourth, Prof in fifth, Chuck in sixth, T-Man in seventh, Bugatti in eighth, Linear Man in ninth, and Matty Jones in 10th. So luckily it is not a full qualifying, so these guys will not need to really try and get a better position, but they do want that better position for the race. So depending, I think Lieber is on his second lap, and he gets a 127.3, improving by a tenth or so. That was a pretty good lap from Liebert. Gonna be happy with that one. There's many other people on their out lap or on their in lap. Let's look at Josh. I think Josh is on his in lap right now. No mistakes through the chicane. Oh, is he? Oh, he is. Wait, is he? No, he's not. Okay. So Josh was not on his in lap. Maybe a mistake or so. Chuckle could be on his in lap, maybe. Another caution. It's probably this online going by. Okay, Chuck could be on his in lap. Yes, he is. He gets a pro set of 2. There's a bit of traffic up ahead. Hopefully he doesn't get encountered by that. Let's see if he can improve his time of a 128.8 and get himself in the top 5 or maybe the pole position. Coming through the last set of corners, what will it be for Chuck? It's going to be a 128.4. He does improve, gets himself in the top 5. He's going to hope to improve on his 3rd lap. Chuck will go in to get a new fresh set of tires. Now this also, I just realized the 2 AlphaTauris are stunningly in 2nd and 3rd, making their team principal proud. See who's on their lap. Seems like Cameron is on his 2nd lap, or 3rd. I missed one. He gets a perpetrator 2. This should be an improvement from his other lap time of 128.5. So let's see what it would be. It's going to be a 128.2, so he gets himself higher than Proft, and now in 4th place, as there is now 4 minutes on the clock. So these drivers that are below the top 10 really want to try and get in a lap right now so they can maybe try and attempt to go under 4th lap, maybe 3rd lap, depending. They're not gonna get eliminated or anything, but they just want to improve, you know, not be in the back where there should be a lot of chaos, I would assume, going into the 1st corner. It is a tight corner, and going to the 2nd, like left and right, is really tight, and as well with the bumpy curbs. Yeah, they do not want to be back there. Let's see who's on their lap. I think Mariah is on his lap, maybe? On their lap. I think he is. Yep, he definitely is, as he's going for the 1st set of corners. Let's see if he can get up with his teammate Lee Barrett. Maybe separate the AlphaTauris as well, as he's now slowing down. It seems like he made a mistake. He's now just taking it easy, maybe trying to get into another lap, but he only has 2 minutes and 50 seconds left, so hopefully he can get that in. Off on his out lap, and Lee Burt now on his out lap, so he's trying to improve his time. And I realized Josh McGill gets a 127 with Lee Burt, so he could be his competitor for this pole position. He just has to improve by 3 tenths. Or 5 tenths, I mean. Josh is also on his out lap. And as well as Prof and Chuck. So, seeming like the top 5 is going out for their 2nd lap. Well, Cameron isn't. He's still sitting in the pits. Seems like Matty Jones is going on his lap, warming up his cold tires. I was wondering what the strategy would be. Assuming it will be a medium to hard, but there could be a situation where there's a safety car and you're stuck with those hards, or you can get lucked out and get another safety car at the end and put on the softs. But I'm assuming the strat will be medium to hard or hard to medium. Really depending on what will happen in these kind of events, or what the drivers are willing to risk, or a win at the top 5 are now out for their out lap. or Chuckle, I think people buy. And I think Liebert is on his lap, maybe? Yes, he is. Let's just drive on board with Liebert, actually. Has good control with the car. And the streaky chicane, as I was mentioning earlier, he nails it perfectly, running over that second bump, that second hump, and not getting his car surfed on that curb so he doesn't lose control of it. And I'm not really sure if this is going to be a better time. I don't see purple sectors, but it could be coming through the last corner. It's going to be a. He does improve by a tenth, 127.267. Amazing lap by Liebert. Can he hold off against Josh McGill? And he hits the wall. He messes up on his last lap to improve. Heartbreaking for Josh McGill. Prof gets third. Chucko now on his lap, I think. Yeah, he is on his lap. And he improved and beat Prof. And he's now heading to Sector 2. Or he's heading to Sector 3, I mean. Can he not make the same mistake as his teammate Josh McGill? Oh, kind of does. Or he kind of doesn't, but he doesn't hit the wall. I think he got a little bit loose off that. He gets the purple sector 2, actually. This could be podium position. It's gonna be a 127.8. He does beat Proft and Cameron. Amazing lap by Chuckle. He joins his teammate in the podium positions. Matthew retiring, not able to get into the top 5. And I think that's it. Yep, that is it. So wow, Lieber is your pole winner with a 127.2. Let's just go over our top 10 real quick. So Liebert first, Josh McGill second, Chuckle third, Cameron fourth, Prof fifth, Chuck sixth, Mariah seventh, Matthew eighth, Teachman ninth, and lastly, but not least, Matty Jones in 10th. I can't wait to see this race. I'm really seeing some unknown faces. I've never seen Josh McGill, I think, and Cameron before, I think. I'm trying to remember, but I don't think I ever saw them race before. So it's unknown faces to me. And yeah, it's interesting to see that below the top 5, people are 1 second off of Liebert. Really interesting to see it's interesting to see the pace. If Liebert can keep up, and if people in the back can get a better strategy, or maybe just have better race pace than Liebert. And the tires could be a problem too, as they are overheating a lot in certain tracks. I'm not sure about this track necessarily, but in Hungary they overheat a lot, and I'm just wondering if they will have the same problem here. I'm just going to take a bit of a break as they go on their formation lap, so I'll be back right on this race start. I am back, and seeming like these drivers are now getting settled into are going to get settled into their slots. As we all know, formation lap or immersive formation lap is on, so these drivers will have to manually set up their spots. Liebert has, and so will all the other drivers. So here we go. 5 lights. It's gonna be, and it's lights out, and away we go. Liebert takes a good start. Josh McGill and Chuckle having to be side by side in the first corner. There seems to be a bit of a scuffle in the back. There's a caution. There's a lot of a scuffle. People are going wide. A lot of drivers going off the track. There's an Aston Martin into the wall. A lot of contact into the first corner, as I was expecting. Looney Man going all the way down in position. As well as Proft. That was probably Proft that went to the wall. Heartbreaking for him. Probably gonna be a lot of incident reports into that first lap, maybe. Lieber having a good gap, a 7/10 gap over Chuckle. And Cameron making positions on Josh McGill, and Josh McGill has lost 2 positions off the start. Hopefully he can get those back. They're going through the cane. Seemingly no problems there. There's a lot of single file, a lot of cars bundled up still. Yep. We go back to our leader, Liebert. Having now a 1 second and 1 second and 2 gap. Oh, Chuckle is now lost this position. I think he has a bit of a problem coming out of that long left-hander. And he's now lost his I think his second position. As I was saying about the tire situation. Oh, Lieber is on the softs. I didn't even realize Lieber's on the softs. That must be why he is gapping them by a second now off the start and not 2 seconds ahead of Cameron. So Lieber is on a way different strategy as them. As we look on our predicted pitch stop strategy of hard, mediums to soft, but I think Lieber is going to do the soft, medium, hard, or soft, hard, medium. Maybe you luck out with a safety car, as there is a lot of contact, so maybe he is predicting a safety car into this very tight circuit. Cameron on the mediums and Josh McGill on the hards. So top three on different strategies so far. And Bugatti 18. Bugatti is now in 18th place, having to pit, I think. Yeah, he had to pit. 0 lap, he went on the mediums. And it still seems to be a bundled up group back here, maybe. I'm not as bundled up as I was seeing through the last lap, but it is still a bit of a free pack. Oh, and the Mercedes are getting together a bit and trying to take over positions as BJ Coover try to take over 9th place. And there's a caution in the first corner. It was Rat Lord. Rat Lord thinking have a little bit of a spin maybe. And Bugatti went back into the pits again. He gets a 5-second penalty for speeding. He is not having the best of the races, and you might want to forget this one. As now Lunar Man making a move on David. And there's another caution into Sector 2. I'm not sure who that is. Oh, it's Chuckle. No, it's Chuckle. Chuckle now spins into the Sector 2. Not a good race start. Not the race start he was expecting to have. Unfortunately. A lot of shuffling of positions as I'm going to go back to the position changes. Yeah, there's a lot of position changes through like 9th to 4th. Or 9th to 5th, actually. 9th to 5th. Except for Mariah. And seemingly the Mercedes are still together, trying to take over each other's position, or BJ Cooper trying to take over the 8th place of Aki, his teammate. There's going to be team orders as BJ Cooper is on the mediums with the faster compact tire than the hards as Aki has. Maybe he'll just wait for the DRS. He does have it. Will he make the move? He does, going into the inside of Aki, and he makes the move. He completes it with no signs of contact. As we go back here with Matthew. Matthew now passing the Haas on the inside. I think Hot Wings had a bit of a mistake where he just let him by. And are there any more close battles? There could be. Oh, someone's passing. Oh, BJ Cooper now passing, after passing his teammate, is now passing Paul Jones. He makes the move count, and he does it. What a move. In the same lap, making 2 moves in the same lap. Impressive by BJ Cougars is now, Paul Jones is now going right back at him. Oh, right back at him. He's making the move. He's taking back his position again. Wow. These drivers are not really giving or taking. They are just taking. Another crash. It's a McLaren. Probably Matthew. Yeah, it is Matthew. Unfortunate for him, losing 7 positions, starting from 8th. That's what I mentioned that BJ Cougars made up 10 positions off that start, so it just shows how chaotic that start was. And he was able to make up 10 positions off that, really making it count. And he's now trying to get his position back off of Paul Jones. This is the closest battle there is right now. Josh McGill is also closing in on Cameron, but I want to see this battle right here with BJ Cougars and Paul. They've been scrapping it for this lap, or last lap, I mean. Can BJ Cougars make the move? He's not going to make it. Oh, he does make the move. It's a tight corner. I think he pushes him wide a bit, maybe a little bit of contact. Oh, he makes contact with Paul Jones. Paul Jones just slides into BJ Cougars, almost wrecking him and himself. Luckily, that wasn't any disaster as it almost was. And there's still a scruffle going for, I think, 10th place right now, or 11th or 9th place. As Chuckle was, I think, past Yankee for 9th. As you go up to Josh and Cameron, Josh having DRS and Liebert being 4/10 or 4 seconds. So those songs are proving to be very fast at the beginning of these stages, but will it hold out for at least four more laps? As Josh McGill is closing in, Cameron has no DRS. Josh McGill just needs to keep it sturdy and have good exits so he can get a better run to Cameron. Cameron is trying to break the draft from Cameron. Cameron's trying to break the draft from Josh. He's looking inside, faking it. Then we can make a mistake. A little bit of a lockup out here. Oh, now Chuckle is now making a move on Paul Jones. Can he make the move? He's gonna have a good amount of space, and yeah. It's not gonna be like the same incident with BJ Cougars, as I think BJ Cougars on that last incident with Paul, he dived it in at the last second, and Paul Jones was not ready for it. But I think this was a better execution of that. As Teachman is now in the pits, going on the hards, and he had to wait for a penalty he had, I'm pretty sure. And it seems like there's still battles going on. Paul Jones is still trying to keep up with Chuckle. And I just realized that the tapestry was not on the entire time. Anyway, Paul Jones is still trying to keep in DRS range of Chuckle. As Josh is now close to Cameron as ever before. He might have a chance now to pass him on the straight with DRS and ERS enabled. Cameron not having the best amount of ERS as Josh does with that good ERS management. But now he is going to be probably blasting through the straight right now. See if he can make a move. He's going to look for it. He's looking. He's not going to make it, though, as there's a caution in the chicane, I think. It's going to be Matthew, unfortunately, now having a spin as Liebert goes into the pits and he gets a 5-second penalty. This is not what he wanted going into the pits. The last thing he wanted, actually, to happen. And he was not really careful. It seems like he was not really careful going to the pits. As he's now going on the hard compound tire. And now it's going to be about Cameron as your leader, but I don't think it's going to be on for long because Josh is now closing in on Cameron. Going to have DRS Let's see if he can make the move this time. Under caution in sector 1, it's going to be a Mercedes, as now Josh is making a move on Cameron on the outside. Cameron is not going to give up, though. He is not giving up. He's going to take it back. That was impressive. Josh leaving a little bit more room than he really wanted to, and is allowing Cameron to take back the lead. But Josh is going to have another chance here into this straight, and I think it's going to be a done deal. He is way closer than before, and he does make the move, and he completes it. Can Cameron come back at him, though? Gonna have DRS this straight, but he has no ERS apparently. 3%. And yeah, Cameron and Josh is now your new leader, and he almost hits him going into the first corner, locking up a bit. And there's a caution that was mentioning that. Not sure who that was. Oh, and now there's a scrap for fifth. For fifth, BJ Coopers and Lee Burt. Lee Burt with those Colt tires of hards, and trying to defend. Now going to this left-right handers. Another caution in sector 1. It's going to be Red Bull. It's going to be Tiejman. Yes, it is, or I'm kind of confused on that. Maybe it was Tiejman. It was Red Bull going slowly, I think. And can BJ Coopers take or Chuckle is making a move on BJ Coopers, I mean. Can he take 6th position? He makes the move, and it's going to be a done deal from there. Chuckle now in 6. Can he make up all those positions that he lost? Looking for redemption. And Cameron is still on the back of Josh. I for sure Josh was going to pull away with how amount of ERS he had and the pace advantage he had. But apparently not. Cameron is still fighting back. He's still not giving up on this. And if they keep battling this, then Chuck might be able to snatch the lead off of them. And I think they're coming up to pit stops right now, maybe. Maybe he can go on longer. As I think Mariah is now catching Chuck as well. Gonna have DRS. And there's also a battle for 6th. It's gonna be Chuck and BJ Coopers again. Going after 6th place. Chuck will now taking it back. But I don't think it's gonna be it for long. Chuck will have no ERS. But BJ Coopers has 30%. There's another battle for 11th place as Tiejman takes it away from Prof. Oh, seems like Chuck would pull a 7/10 gap away from BJ Cooper. And yeah. Oh, now Mariah is now on the back of Chuck. He's gonna have to try and defend this, but I don't think it's gonna be a real much to defend, really. As look at the Ferrari pace. He is now going to take over 3rd place. Unfortunately, though, he has a penalty, as well as his teammate Lee Burt and Matty Jones and Tiejman and Bugatti. Oh, and who was that? It was a Mercedes of Matthew. Or McLaren of Matthew spinning on the chicane, and he does it again. He's now backwards. He's now going into reverse. He's now straight now. He had a bit of trouble going straight, and he hits the wall. This is not a good showing of Matthew's skill. He really wants to forget about this race for sure. That's really unfortunate for him. Unfortunate showing for the McLaren, but his teammate will try and carry on his prestige, his team by trying to get some points. This was well, actually, Lieber is really your leader right now. These guys still haven't pitted. I was going to go over the just what we have for I can't speak. I was going to go over the positions, but Lieber is technically still your leader unless there's a safety car, and he's going to be a bit of a trouble, but he's probably going to go in the mediums as he still hasn't used them yet. But as it stands, really, Josh in first, Ryan in second, Liebert third, Juggle in fourth, BJ Coover fifth, Paul in sixth, Cameron in seventh, Chuck in eighth, Matty Jones in ninth, and TJ Man 10th. As now, Chuckle is now going to the pits. He's going to put on those hard compound tires. They'll see if it's going to be a good pit stop for him. The team having a bit of a slow pit stop, but it's still going to be a good stop for him. Hopefully he can get these tires warmed up, as we all know that these tires do not warm up coming out of these pits, and you will be slow, but eventually second lap on those tires, you will be as fast as your competitors. And now I'm going to expect Teacher Man to creep on him. Yep, he is slowly gaining. Coming out of this long left corner. He's probably going to make the pass right now. And yes, he does. Oh, he's still side by side. And yep, he does make them pass. But he's still going to have a competitor, as Chuckle's tires will warm up. It doesn't seem like there's any battles going on right now. Oh, I beg your pardon. I beg my pardon. The Williams are now switching places. Now Cameron is in fifth. Both a penalty though, unfortunately. They're on the same tire as well, so maybe actually wait, hold on. Can check. So yeah, it seems like Cameron has way better tires than Paul, and Paul just let him go. It seems. Liebert is still basically your leader, and he is catching Mariah by I'm assuming maybe like 3 tenths a lap, 5 tenths a lap maybe, because those mediums are probably degraded by now from their starting from the start. But I'm not sure about these hards, as he is still pulling away from Mariah, and I'm not sure from Lieber, but he is still having a healthy gap over Mariah. There's no battles going on, and I say that again, and there's going to be a battle for 10th place, or for 9th place for TJ Man and Chuckle. Chuckle now going to have DRS and putting ERS into this pass. Can he make the move? It's going to be close, but he can't. Oh, TJ Man locks up a bit, and it's going to be given opportunity from Chuckle to try and make a move, but he still can't make that move, as it was a little bit of a tight space to try and make it. And now BJ Cooper's in the pits, going on the medium tire, or he goes on the hard tires. Still a close battle for 9th place, or for 8th place now, as BJ Cooper's pitted. It seems like Chuckle has better tires than TJ Man, so it's going to be a close battle between these guys. And as I said before, the second lap of these hard tires are going to be way better than their first lap out on them, and Chuckle gets a little bit loose coming out of that left corner, so he gets a bit of time loss from J-Man. And now Looney Man seeming like he let BJ Cooper by. Maybe the right position, maybe the right choice. You don't want to hold up BJ Cooper as he is the faster car and it'll just hurt both of your races. But he's now advancing on his teammate Prof. Prof is on 13 lap old hards and BJ Cooper is on the 0 lap tires. As now, oh, I just realized, Mariah now on the hards. And Matty Jones is on out in the mediums and Hot Wings gets a penalty. Oh, there's a caution in sector 1 or sector 2 and 3, and it's Matthew again. Matthew having a bit of free spins this race, I'm pretty sure. I think he's gonna get lapped. Yeah, he is. He's gonna get lapped by Josh McGill. This is not the showing for McLaren that they really want right now. And I know, and Matthew has no wing. I'll make sure the last set of corners he's just gonna let Josh by. And surprisingly, he doesn't even pit. A really unfortunate turn of events for Matthew. And I think Lieber is catching Josh by a few tenths of a lap. So Josh might want to pit eventually. And they're going to Paul Jones into the pits, going on to the medium tires. Any close battles for 13th? Hot Wings trying to go after Aki. He has a little bit of a bad exit out of that long left corner. Little hairpin. And he's now 1 second off of Aki. And Looney Man going into the pits for mediums, and there's another caution, sector 1. I'm not really sure who that was. Now teammates exchanging positions. Oh, and now here comes Josh into the pits and throwing onto the medium compound tires. Gonna lose the position to Liebert, but it was inevitable. Now Liebert in. Now Liebert in first, as it was to be foretold. It was inevitable, and Cameron now going to beat out Josh McGill out of the pits. I'm pretty sure Josh McGill was ahead of, so Cameron made a lot of time on those hards. Can he keep the position from Josh? But actually no, you can't really because he has a penalty, so can he gap him of 3 seconds? Or 5 seconds? 5 seconds, any gap of 5 seconds? I'm pretty sure it will be almost impossible unless Josh makes a mistake or there is a safety car and he can get that removed. Because Josh is on those pressure mediums. And it will be hard to defend against that. So hopefully Cameron can make something up here and get a bit of luck and get a safety car. And Matthew, he retires in the pits, I think. No, he retires on track. Or he wrecked on track. I think he's on the little tight corner on like on the sector free, and now he's gone. So not gonna be a safety car or anything. They be going on the softs, huh? Oh, and now they're scrapping for second place, inevitably, and Josh now makes a move. Oh, but it's a switchback from Cameron. What a move! He's gonna go on the outside of Josh. Can he make the move? No, he can't. It's gonna be the tire advantage that Josh has over Cameron. Okay, Cameron just keep in that DRS range of Josh. Hopefully he can, but he has no ERS. But Josh has 50% more than Josh does, or than Cameron, or Josh has more ERS than Cameron. Whatever. Anyway, it seems to be more spread out. No real battles going on here. Let's look at your race leader, Liebert, 10 lap Ode Hards. He does have a penalty of 5 seconds. So if he makes a sort of mistake that could risk him of 5 seconds of time, he could be in a lot of trouble. Or maybe since Josh is on those fresh mediums, that he can close the gap, maybe. And there's a caution in sector 3. At the end of sector 3, there's a Aftari and Alfa Romeo, and it's going to be Rat Lord. Rat Lord having a few spins as well, and now getting it straight again. So a good showing from him. Oh, there's a Mercedes now on the chicane. I'm pretty sure that was Aki. Yeah, I think that was Aki maybe. Another caution, sector 1. It's a safety car, I think. There's someone wrecked out. I'm not sure who that was. Or yeah, it's a safety car. I'm not sure who wrecked out. No one is out of the race. Maybe just some loose debris, and Michael Massey decided to bring out the safety car. So let's see if these leaders were want to pit or not. Probably not, really. But maybe Liebert's going to be in trouble, actually, because he has placing as a penalty. And Josh is on those fresh mediums. So this is going to screw over Liebert. So is he thinking of going into the pits right now and putting on soft tires? Or actually putting on medium tires, I mean. Let's see if he does. And he does. He's going to make the decision to put on the medium tires. He's going to get rid of his penalty as well as get better tires than Josh. And Josh is going to stay out. There's going to be some interesting racing going on in these last few laps. Mariah does go into the pits as well with his teammate, and going to get rid of his penalty as well and put on some soft tires, I'm pretty sure. And Cameron does as well as Chuck. Some people going on the soft. Yeah, Mariah goes on the softs. Chuck might go on the softs as well. He does. Oh, a lot of people going into the pits. Like 9 through 6 are now going to the pits. They're going to the softs. Maddie going to the pits. Maybe the AlphaTauri or Austin Martin's going into the pits as well. Looney Man does, I think. Yeah, he does. Maybe the back markers as well will go into the pits. And wait, what? Bugatti gets disqualified from the session for ignoring blue flags. Oh no. He parks it right there. I don't know how that happened. He was ahead of the safety car, and so like, shouldn't he be able to go ahead and? I don't know. Maybe it wasn't even the blue flags. Maybe it just He ignored the safety car? I don't know. So most people on softs, like third through ninth, are on softs right now. So this could be very interesting. Chuck could possibly pass Mariah because Mariah has a penalty. I thought he would get rid of that. Maybe he got a 3-second penalty. Yeah, he got a 3-second penalty along with a, or maybe he had that already. He didn't have a 5-second penalty, but he had a penalty. So Chuck really is in contention to win this race. Really, he's on those fresh shots, and he could win. Take this race win away from Liebert or Josh. Really interesting strategies, and they have all paid out because Liebert paid out his strategy pretty well actually. He goes on the softs at the beginning, and then he went to the hards, so he wouldn't waste his mediums. And now he probably wanted the situation to happen of a safety car coming on the last few laps, and it also helped him out with his 5-second penalty and uh his strategy of just playing it out. So a safety car would come out, and he gets on those fresh mediums. But he also didn't really want that to happen either. He was 11 seconds ahead of Josh. So it's really like a takeaway and or a win. They keep basically made it so where if he even gets a safety car, he will still have an advantage over Josh. And if there wasn't a safety car, he would still have an advantage over him by having 11 seconds over him. So really, maybe Liebert could just win this over Chuck, and Chuck can get past his teammate of the Ferrari. He is. Liebert has fresher tires than Josh. It'll be very interesting. BJ Cooper is also in contention to get a podium, maybe. Or not a podium, but like top 5. Or top 4. Maybe it's a win rate. Maybe the race winning. I don't know. It can happen. Or podium. It can happen. The car not coming into this lap. Whew. Is I think the only person they're waiting on is Hot Wings. He is a lap down, I'm pretty sure. And Aki now going into the pits again, getting rid of his softs, going on better softs. Yeah, he goes on better softs probably. Will we see controversy into these last few laps? Will Josh have to put a dive bomb on Liebert? Will Chuck have to put a dive bomb on Liebert and Josh, and as well as Mariah to get past them? It's gonna be very, very hectic, I believe. Worn out their tires, mediums, and all throughout the rest of the field, I think. Yeah, except for Prof, and David. Let's see. Let's unfold. Safety car should be coming into this lap. Oh, the safety car coming in this lap. Yep, it is coming in this lap. Can Josh get the jump off of Liebert? Can Chuck get past Mariah with 3 seconds and get past Liebert and Josh all in the same sequence? Or maybe it will be a drawn out match between tires. Josh seems to be backing out the field a lot, trying to get a really good jump, maybe coming off this corner and jumping or in getting a good run. Oh, is he going right now? Maybe? He is going, or green right now. Josh is now off and away with Liebert and Mariah. Chuck did not get a good start. There's a caution in the back. I don't see anyone wrecked really, as they are now single file. No one really side by side with each other. Oh, it's the Rat Lord has spun off in the center in the last corners. Yeah, single file right now. No one really side by side with each other, I think. Another caution. Looney Man, I think. Oh, no. I saw him. Saw him for like a split second. It was Chuckle again. No, Chuckle spins again. Oh no, he spins at the beginning of the race and he spins at the end of the race. Oh no. Right Lord in the pits. Let's just focus on the race lead right now, as Josh McGill is trying to hold off Liebert. And Chuck hasn't passed Mariah, so this could be a dire situation for Chuck to get a podium or to get a race win. Because he does not want to be behind a person that has 3 seconds. But Cameron seems to have a bit more pace than Chuck, seemingly. He's on the back bumper, or in the gearbox. Oh, and Chuck spins! No! Chuck spins off the last corner! And that just ruins the entire saga of Chuck trying to get a podium. Oh, they make contact, BJ Cooper, and Chuck does. A little bit of contact coming off the corner, and Chuck just dives bombed BJ, and BJ just does a crossover on him, and now BJ is now in 5th. Will that be an incident report? We will find out after this race. A lot of controversy, as Liebert is still working out to see if he can make a move on Josh McGill. Josh McGill seeming to pull away from Liebert, surprisingly, with 7 older lap tires on mediums than Liebert. And there is now a caution. Chuckle spins again. Oh no, this Spinella today here, folks. It started with Chuckle, Matthew, and he's having the Spinella. He's been having the Spinella cycle now. And you spin again, you spin all the time. It was like that with Matthew. Unfortunate, really unfortunate. And Chuck was actually, I think, the more heartbreaking of this event than Matthew and Chuckle. I was really believing he can steal the win from Josh and Liebert with those fresh shots and Mariah having 3 seconds. Really unfortunate. He's now trying to get back 5th position from BJ. And DRS is now enabled this lap. So Liebert is going to try and get a move on on Josh McGill as fast as he possibly can. And he's trying to carry his teammate who has 3 seconds along with him. So maybe they can get a podium position, or get them both podium positions and get Ferrari and make Ferrari proud. Nice angle right here, seeing the different lines they take. Liebert seemed to have a tighter line than Josh, and Josh getting a better exit than Liebert. So that means that he gets a 10th off Liebert, but Liebert is going to have DRS. Will he dive it in? No, he will not. Going to wait on this long last straight. There's a battle for 6th place right now. T-Man is now making a move on Chuck. It's very tight through here. Can they keep it sturdy? And T-Man does take 6th place. There's another caution. And it's going to be Chuck. Is that Chuck again? Or is that Josh? It's Josh. Josh ruins it. He ruins his chances of winning this race. He bundles under pressure. He is now in seventh place. He is now going to be bombarded by people on softs. Oh no. He might have just given the win to Liebert because both of the people behind Liebert have 2 second or penalties. BJ Cooper is 3 seconds behind Liebert. And both of the guys with penalties, BJ Cooper is behind. They both have penalties, and he is 3 seconds behind them, or more, or lesser maybe. This is not the showing. This is not the showing that Josh wanted on these last few laps. Really heartbreaking. Oh, Hot Wings is now out of the race. I think he retired in the pits though. So no safety car for that one. Really heartbreaking for Josh. No, and Chuckle gets fastest lap, taking it away from, I think it was Lieber who had the fastest lap. What a turn of events here, folks. What a turn of events. Now Josh making a move on Chuckle, or Chuck, I mean. They're still side by side for here. Oh, making a little bit of a tight racing right here. Almost all Chuck getting turned. But I think it's going to be Josh that trying to get DRS or tries to make the move right here on Chuck. But I think he's too far away now. Oh, and Lieber takes the fastest lap away from Chuckle. Just adding salt to the wound of Chuckle as well. And Josh makes the move back on Chuck again. Chuck is now losing positions. And he also got a 3 second time penalty as well, adding salt to the wound. Might not even finish in the top 10. Maybe actually Matty Jones has 3 seconds as well, so he might get 10th place or 9th place. Oh, and someone else is around. I think it's TJ Man. Yes, it is TJ Man's. Red Bull around. Red Bull around. So as I was saying, Chuck is now going to get 8th place as TJ Man spun. Looney Man trying to make the move on Matty. Matty has 3 seconds, so you see if you can try and make the move. Matty Jones getting a bit loose off that corner. Let's see up here. There's a big line right there. 4 cars in a line right now. A big DRS train going on right now, as well as in the back too. 3 cars right here in the back. Another caution in sector 2. It's going to be TJ Man again. Yeah, I think it's TJ Man again. Breaking the slipstream, Looney Man is, as well as Matty Jones. And another caution and is Rat Lord again. Yep. Rat Lord again. And yeah, seeming like Liebert is pulling away from his teammate and bringing him along to get a podium position. It's going to be a Red Bull or Ferrari 1-2 for this race probably. To see if Cameron can try and ruin that or one of them makes a mistake. Let's go into the back again. Any more confuzzling? Paul Jones with Chuck and this DRS train I was talking about earlier. Paul Jones, can you make the move on Chuck? Well, it really wouldn't matter if you made your move or not because Chuck has 3 seconds. But Chuck is still not going to give up easily. He does not want to lose any more time than he already has. A lot of them have no ERS, so a lot of them trying to push as hard as they can to try and get as much resistance as they possibly can off that last safety car. I think Chuck hit the wall coming out of that corner as well, so still adding salt to the wound. And he has 0 ERS right now. Coming to the last lap, Lieber 2 seconds ahead of Mariah. I'm basically 6 seconds ahead of Mariah because they have penalties, and 6 seconds ahead of Cameron. Or how far he is, I don't know. It's in the rolls for the next person, and there's another caution from somewhere I wasn't paying attention to the mini map. Let's look at the battle between Paul Jones and Prof. Prof still trying to gain on Paul Jones, but both of them have no ERS. Oh, he gets right next to him on that exit. Can he make the move? He's looking high, looking low. He's trying to see he can make a move anywhere else he can. He's gonna go into the outside. Paul Jones gonna block it off. He's going back onto the inside. Can he make the move? No, he cannot. Can he make it on this last DRS chance? As now Liebert is going to come out of that last corner, last hairpin, to now take the win in the Miami Grand Prix. And Mariah gets second, Cameron gets third, and now there's a battle between Seven and Paul Jones. Oh, Ludiman or Prof and Paul Jones having a bit of a scuffle, but it's gonna be Paul Jones still having sixth place. I think they were side by side going to the last few corners. Sorry, I did not catch that. Man, what a race this was, folks. What a race this was. There are still a few cars on the track going to try and finish the race. So our race winner, obviously, Liebert, and it's going to be a Ferrari 1-2 as Mariah gets second with BJ Coopers in third. He does get that. Oh, he was a few 3 seconds under Cameron, so he does get that third place and a podium. Now Cameron gets fourth. Josh McGill unfortunately gets fifth. I was really hoping he could battle with Liebert, but unfortunately he had that last spin, and it cost him the race win. Paul Jones in sixth, Prost in seventh, Chuck in eighth, Lindemann in ninth, Aki in 10th, Matty Jones in 11th, T-Man in 12th, Checo in 13th, David in 14th, and last but not least, Ratman in 15th. And that also goes along with our DNF cars as well, as I need to see that. And BJ Cooper gets the driver today. Congratulations. So pretty good race that was. A lot of shuffling between the field, but ultimately Liebert was the ultimate champion here. He was in front the entire time, had the strategy down, was ready for any situation at the safety car, having on those fresh mediums, and not letting anyone get in his way. What a win for Liebert that was. And as well as Mariah too. He has 3 seconds too, and he was really in the top 5 the entire race. I think in the top 3 maybe, maybe below that. He started 7th. Maybe he was more in the top 5, but he still gets a podium. He as well with his 3 seconds. And as I was saying, DNF cars, Hot Wings in 16th, Bugatti in 17th, and Matthew in 18th. And TJ Man actually gets the fastest lap. I didn't see that at the last few laps. And yeah, thank you for watching the stream, and I'll hope to commentate the next race. What? Oh, I thought my broadcast wasn't broadcasting. Sorry. Yes, yeah, I will hope to see you guys in the next race. See you.